All right, everybody, hot today. I'm Jason Salas, your 671 sports nerd, hanging out with an old friend, bringing new passion to a sport that is seeing revival right here. Al Garrido with Legacy Volleyball right there. Al, we are in the middle of a Spikefest. This is the biggest one ever, 45 teams competing. This is amazing.
Yes. We're very happy. It just shows that there is a passion for the sport of volleyball. I mean, we recognized that a couple years ago when the Guam Volleyball Federation held a free clinic at UOG, and I think we had in one day over 600 kids attend that clinic. That was held by Dr. Michael Rabago, who's also the head coach for our national team.
Very, very nice, yeah. And Mike doing amazing work in his own right with volleyball, like coaching, player development, but you have been able to assemble an incredible collection of, you've got an exhibition of elementary school teams, you've got teams coming over from throughout the region and everything. Yeah. How difficult logistically was it to basically say, we all love the sport, everybody just come here, bring your game and everything, but you know, you got to get all the travel, you got to get them away from school.
It's definitely tough, but you know, it's the volleyball community that helps it out, right? So all the different coaches, we all know each other, we all know, hey, there's a tournament coming up, we all support each other, you know, everyone shows up to each other's tournaments, do the best that we can, and we pretty much just do that the entire year. We trade off on tournaments and get people out here. For the Philippine team behind us that you might be seeing warming up, they had to get their visa, we had to get them going. We were supposed to have maybe 2 or 3 other teams, but they needed a few more months, so next year we're looking at a bigger tournament.
And no one knows as well as you, because we see, like, you know, Coach Manny Guarin, you know, his Academy Cougars are a dynasty to themselves, but you know, you're getting these young males and females, you know, even national team caliber players getting reps with different clubs, you know, different environments, everything. How important is that to the experience of, you know, like the young volleyball player that we can then, you know, take our games to the next level?
Well, I think it's important. You'll notice that some volleyball players will jump from club to club, and that's something that I feel is a good thing, you know what I mean? At first, initially, I was like, oh man, why would you do that? But now I recognize that there is a need for a lot of different clubs, a lot of different coaching styles, because that allows a player to eventually find the club that they want to work with and the coach that they want to work with. So yeah, that's, to me, that's a really important thing.
Okay, and now for context, Al and I are old school, right? We played together, we played against each other in the early 90s, and back then, Al, we had like maybe 8 or 9 clubs total, and there were maybe 110 people in the Guam Volleyball Federation. You yourself at Legacy, you got very nice. Yeah.
This is live action.
I still got it, if I ever had it, right? But just in Legacy yourself, you've got 175 kids in your club alone.
Yeah.
So the demand is there.
Yeah, it's definitely a demand, and because we have that demand, we had to hire lots of different coaches. So we have at least 6 paid coaches on our staff. We try to get them all trained, all have some type of experience in their belt. And of course, it wouldn't have been as successful without the parents. You know, the parents definitely, they have trust and support in the club and what we do. We're growing bigger than and faster than I expected. So we do want to hire more coaches. We're actually even considering giving a stipend to UOG players who want to come over and coach and support our college kids also. So that's something that's on the horizon.
Now, what is the caliber? Because a lot of people would say that, you know, like the mid-90s was kind of like the peak of Guam volleyball, like, you know, when we competed in what used to be known as the South Pacific Games, you know, like players were a little bit taller then. And then it kind of had a dip, and, you know, like people were doing like other sports. You come to a volleyball tournament now, you get 200 people that are just spectators, and these guys are crushing the ball, and girls.
Yeah, definitely. Caliber-wise, I would say the kids are learning earlier and faster, so they're getting more of that exposure to the sport. So caliber-wise, I'm thinking they're a little bit more better on court sense. Athletic ability and just the fire. That's the biggest difference that coaches we discussed with this upcoming generation and the previous generations. I mean, the previous generations, if you hit a ball and you killed it in someone's face, it's almost like you're about ready to fight, you know what I mean? But they never fought. Those days. They never fought, but it was like that passionate. Yeah. This generation, I think they do every once in a while. They kind of hold back from their passion, and we want to see that more. And eventually, with all these different clubs, it's going to happen.
Yeah, and Guam volleyball has always been such a positive community, always very welcoming for anybody that, you know, that wants to learn, that wants to play. And we should note that the Spikefest, it's not just a one-day tournament, it's not a 2-day thing. You've actually been doing this for like several nights now.
Yeah,
which is great.
Total of 8 days, I believe.
Yeah.
Saturday all the way through to Saturday.
Okay, so live in the gym.
Yes.
That's how you're going to get better. Okay, so where do you see...
That was Summer Pinala, by the way.
There you go. Hi, Summer. You see, athletes working hard right here. Okay, so what do you see as the future of where Guam volleyball is going to go?
Well, obviously the end goal is to get these kids into college, to give them opportunities, right? If they wanted to. Not every kid wants to play volleyball and play in college, but quite a few do. We need to find what type of avenues now, you know what I mean? As coaches, we have a responsibility to present that to them and do the best that we can, you know? I would advise them not to try right away in Division I unless they're, you know, they've got everything under their belt. I'd advise JC or even Division III or NAIA colleges. Those are where we want to kind of move our kids towards, steer them towards there, because it's more likely that they can make it on those teams. And then eventually when Guam starts to make a name, we have returnees and people that do that, then we can start looking at higher.
Developing younger kids, I mean, even at the elementary school level, you guys are teaching them complex offenses, you know, like advanced techniques and everything, and it's really paying dividends. When these kids hit like junior high and everything like that, their game is really refined.
Yeah, we're really noticing that, at least in my club. I have a couple of elementary school kids that are now in middle school that have been doing elementary for like 2 or 3 years. And when they hit middle school, oh man, they're just phenomenal. The things we can teach them, it just opens up that door for them. You know what I mean? The more you know when you get introduced into the middle school or high school game, the more a coach can teach.
Okay, and the one thing that has always been a staple of Guam volleyball tournaments, really, really good food. So I know they got some stuff over there. So I'm going to go hit the snack bar. But Al Garrido, one of the main reasons why Guam volleyball has seen this massive resurgence in positive ways. And Coach, man, we really appreciate what you're doing for the community, man.
Thank you. Appreciate the sport out there. Go Guam.